Joe Fortenbaugh here for OddsShark, where I'm in a good mood. It's Christmas time, right? Maybe it's the giving spirit striking the coal that is this heart, but the Las Vegas Raiders are not going to appear in Bankroll Busters again this week. No. Despite yet another bankroll busting Hall of Fame performance on Thursday Night Football against Baker Mayfield, 2 days of preparation in the Rams, blowing that game late, the Raiders are not making Bankroll Busters this week. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to that fine organization. But welcome to Bankroll Busters. Those who did make the list this week, we're going to start in college football with the Army-Navy total. Woo! You probably know by now, 16 straight years that game has gone under the total. Closed 32.5. This year they take the field. 0 points after the first quarter, 10 points after the second quarter, 17 points after the third quarter, 20 points after the fourth quarter. But it was a 10-10 tie and went to overtime where 17 points were scored, putting this game over the total for the first time in 17 years. 17 points in the fourth quarter, that's more than they scored in the entire game 2 years ago. A historic over. Our condolences to underbackers. Bankroll Buster number 2, the Buffalo Bills. Not the most egregious of Bankroll Busters that we've seen this year, but I had them in the Circa Million contest. It was the only pick that prevented me from going 5-0. I'm trying to make the damn money. Let's set the stage. Buffalo laying 9.5 against the Jets. They lead 20-7 with under 8 minutes to play. Rest of the way out, they run 10 total plays, gain 0 total yards, 2 punts, kneel down at the end of the game, and a blocked punt for a safety. Final score 20-12. My wife is Bills Mafia, so I'm gonna let it slide, but I could have used that 5-0 week. Bad mojo gone. Time to go monk mode. Let's take a look at best bets for the week. Best bet number 1, Saturday. It's going to be the Baltimore Ravens +3 over the Cleveland Browns. What gives here? These two met back in late October in Baltimore, Ravens laying 6.5. Now, we have a 9.5 point swing. Granted, the venue changed. Granted, Lamar Jackson's not playing. It's going to be Tyler Huntley, but Huntley's proven he can win. He showed it last week. He showed it last year. And Deshaun Watson is at quarterback for the Browns. He stinks. He's been absolutely terrible so far. Until he shows a competent performance for 4 quarters, lay 3 with him. Give me Baltimore. Defense has been fantastic. 15 points per game allowed over the last 7. This is going to be a tight game. I want the field goal in my pocket. Best bets, number 2. Cowboys -4 over the Jaguars. A lot of people are going to think I'm crazy. I think this is an excellent buy low spot for Big D. Looked horrible against Houston last week. Jacksonville beats Tennessee. Look ahead line was 5.5, drops to 4. We can take advantage of this, okay? That was practically a loss for Dallas last week with how bad they performed. Last time they lost a game, they came off the bye, went to Green Bay, and got beat by the Packers. Following week, hammered the Minnesota Vikings by 37 points. I think we get a great bounce back effort here from Big D. Best bets number 3, Steelers +3 over the Panthers. Look ahead on this was Pittsburgh -3. We moved it 6 points to Carolina -3. Granted, we had the Panthers last week. We picked them over Seattle. They're better than people realize. We'll give them that. But this much better? Total in this game is like 37. Those 3 points are valuable. TJ Watt on the field this season. Steelers allowing 19 points per game. TJ Watt off the field this season. Steelers allowing 25 points per game. You give me a low total, a good Steeler defense, and I get 3 in my pocket against Carolina, who's been good, not great. I will take the Pittsburgh Steelers. Those are the bets we love. Those are the best bets. Watch out for the trap games. And we only have 1 this week. All right, I searched high and low to try to find as many possible traps. Maybe I like the board a little bit more than other people do, but I'm going to focus on 1 game here. It's the Cincinnati Bengals laying 3.5 at Tampa Bay. People are going to say Cincinnati's a trap. Okay, here's what the trap is. Do not buy into any narrative on Tampa Bay. I'm playing Cincinnati here. I want to make that very clear. People are going to try to trick you or trap you into thinking the Bucs are the play. Ooh, you're going to hear about Tom Brady as a dog. You're going to hear about Tom Brady as a home dog. You're going to hear about how this is a non-conference game. It doesn't matter. The Buccaneers stink. They are 25th or worse in scoring and yards per play on offense. They can't do anything. They just got annihilated by the Niners last week. They completely quit in that game. There's something wrong. There's something wrong with Brady and Mike Evans. They're a mess. If the Saints and the Rams hadn't puked all over themselves in their games against Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers would have lost 9 of 11. Only because of Tom Brady's name is this game even close to a tight spread. Cincinnati has been a wagon. I'm laying the 3.5. Don't fall for the narrative of Brady as a home underdog. Most of that was in New England with Belichick anyway. All right, let's flip the page. Keep it cooking. Chase mode, where we focus on Sunday Night Football and Monday Night Football. Sunday night game I like, all right? Washington is laying 4.5, total of 40 against the New York Giants. I will play the Commanders here. People are gonna say it's too many points with that offense. Total of 40, 4.5, it's just a lot to cover. Go back a couple weeks ago when these two played in New York. Commanders laying 2.5. Okay, we told you to play the Giants in that game. Now we're telling you to play the Commanders. 2.5 on the road. Now they're only laying 4.5 at home off a bye. And by the way, the Giants, they're what I like to call Vikings light, right? You have Budweiser, you have Bud Light, you have the Vikings, and then you have Vikings light, which is the Giants. 7-2-1 in one-score games, right? You've heard that before with the Vikings who are like 9-0 in one-score games. Giants minus 33 in point differential with a 7-5-1 record. Daboll's done a great job with them, but the roster's lousy. Washington has an elite defense. I think they come off the bye. They stick it to Big Blue in that game. That's your Sunday Night Football play in chase mode. Your Monday Night Football play, Packers laying 7, total of 39.5 against the Rams. There's not a lot to like here. Packers first half minus 4. Playing that for a little bit for some beer money. Don't go nuts. Packers off the bye, at home. Weather of Lambeau Field. They know how to handle it. Rams do not. Baker Mayfield looks like he's going to get the start. I don't expect a lot here. The Rams are 29th or worse in scoring and yards per play. The defense has been a mess. They're injured all over the place. I'm not expecting Aaron Donald. I think Green Bay jumps on him early. Rams don't do a whole lot. I'll lay the 4 in the first half. Let's talk about some rapid fire props. 3 props we're going to play this week. Number 1, Deshaun Watson, yes, to throw an interception. Number 2, Jared Goff, yes, to throw an interception. Number 3, Greg Dulcich, tight end for the Denver Broncos, over receiving yards against the Arizona Cardinals. Watson, in his first game, was plus 135 to throw an INT. He did it. We bet it. In his second game last week, he was like minus 134. We bet it. He did it. We're doing it again. It's minus 111, so I think the price is off for sure. And the Ravens ranked number 2 in the NFL in interceptions this season with 14. Jared Goff, he's been having a great season. Some are talking comeback player of the year. Keep something in mind. He does not play well in cold weather. In New York against the Jets in cold weather, Jets ranked 7th in interceptions this year. I'm betting he throws one. When it comes to Greg Dulcich, I think the number is going to be low. That Denver offense stinks. Remember, nobody's giving up more receiving yards to opposing tight ends this season than the Arizona Cardinals. Hunter Henry just went for a season high against them Monday night when the Patriots and Cardinals get together. We're going to play Dulcich over receiving yards. 6-point teaser of the week. Hit again last week. We had our first loss of the season. We bounced back. We're now 6-1. Here's who we're going to focus on this week. The Bills are a 7-point favorite over Miami. We're going to drop that down to -1. The Eagles are a 9-point favorite over Chicago. We're going to drop that down to -3. When it comes to Buffalo, and we've played this Buffalo Eagle teaser a bunch of times this year. It's actually been very good. It's the Fortenbaugh household teaser. I'm an Eagle fan. My wife's a Bills fan. Saying all this, probably jinxing it. Pretend like you didn't see any of that. We'll rewind. Bills -1 over the Dolphins. Eagles -3 over the Bears. Dolphins on the third of a 3-game road trip here. Got hammered in San Francisco. Got hammered by the Chargers. Tua's completing 45% of his passes in those games. Now you're outdoors against Buffalo, who their defense has been pretty solid this year. We like the Bills. We just need to get it done in a revenge spot. Eagles -3 against Chicago. Bears are off the bye. Eagles have the big game with Dallas on deck. Not going to lay the 9, but they can handle the 3 here. Chicago 29th or worse in both scoring defense and opponent yards per play. I don't think the defense is going to get enough stops to keep this game within 3. Maybe Eagles win by 7, but we'll go ahead and play that. That's your 6-point teaser of the week. That's your show. Thanks so much for watching. You guys are the absolute best. Check out OddsShark. We're starting to roll out our college bowl game best bets, trap games, look aheads, all that stuff. Though I don't really think there's a look ahead when it comes to a bowl game. Maybe Alabama's looking ahead to next season. Woo, that's a tease as to whether or not you should play Kansas State. But check it out. We're starting to roll them out. Best of luck to all you guys this weekend.